I've been waiting for this one for a while. All right, so what you're looking at is this FN SCAR 15P chambered in 300 blackout. Now, the reason why I've been waiting for this for so long, as you can see, all right, so one of my favorite FN guns, right? And right now there's a mix of them because I don't really know which one is my absolute favorite, but in the running for my favorite SCAR is the SCAR 20S and the SCAR 15P chambered in 223-556. Now, I have a bit of a conundrum with that gun. The reason I have a conundrum with that gun is because I don't, in a barrel that short, like 7 inches, you start to question the utility of the gun. Now, I could make the argument that from an urban setting, right? If I had it as my backpack gun, my truck gun, whatever you want to call it, I can make the argument that 100 yards in, maybe 50 yards in, that gun is effective. And here's another thing. Anything past 100 yards, you're gonna have a hard time justifying why you did what you did. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying you're gonna have a hard time doing it. Now, when the 15P came out, that was chambered in 223-556, people were clamoring and like, oh, why y'all come out with this? This is stupid. It's so cool, but it's stupid. We love it, but it's stupid because it's a 7-inch barreled 5.56, 223. And they were like, when this comes out in 300 blackout, that's when I'm gonna get it. And well, sure enough, they did it. 300 blackout. And yeah, because 300 blackout round was designed to come out of a shorter barrel, I will admit this makes way more sense. So, let's get down to it. So of course, everything else is the same. And see, my thing for me is I wanted to do this kind of a first mag style because this gun's not gonna stay like this. Y'all know how I am. I'm a sucker for SBRing shit and I wanna trick this bad boy out, but I just wanted to show you in its basic configuration because in its basic configuration, it's actually pretty damn cool. As you can see, it still has the ambidextrous charging handle, which is non-reciprocating. So you don't have to deal with that. And you can run the smaller bolt or you can run the larger one. I like to run the smaller one because I like my guns to be slim and slick. So from that perspective, this gun is exactly like the original 15P chambered in 223-556. It's completely ambidextrous. Controls are on all sides. So except for this thing is chambered in 300 blackout. And that's where things get a little interesting. I know you're watching the video, but I want to talk to you about ammo real quick. If you're tired of scrambling for ammo, you need to check out Ammo Squared. These guys have revolutionized the way we stock up. You can set your budget, pick your calibers, and Ammo Squared handles the rest. They store it for free and deliver it right when you need it. Remember back in 2020 when ammo was nowhere to be found? Well, yeah, Ammo Squared customers just clicked the button and had theirs delivered. It's kind of like a ammo 401k. Kind of smart, right? Now, you can switch calibers or cash out anytime. It's pretty much effortless ammo management. So stop stressing and start prepping and check out Ammo Squared today. And always be ready. And thank you, Ammo Squared, for sponsoring the channel. All the ammo used in this video was brought to you by Nosler, maker of the most innovative, most accurate, and most effective bullets and ammunition in the industry. For instance, let's talk about the way this gun shoots. So there's a gas system on this gun. So here you can regulate the gas system. Right now I have it for unsuppressed. And then you could turn it here and basically run it. I'm assuming this is designed to be if you decide to suppress it. And here's what happens when you put it on suppressor mode and well, you don't have a suppressor on it. I get a dead trigger because there's not enough gas pushing that bolt back and forth. So I would have to basically do it. See there? Couldn't put the next round in there, couldn't eject it. Now, when I run it back, see the gun runs. Now, later on in this video, I'm gonna go and put subs in it. These are supers. I'm gonna put subs in it, and then I'm gonna see whether or not this gun is gonna run, because typically 300 black subs are designed to run suppressed, right? But as this is configured, as you can see here, you have this. Honestly, I gotta be honest, this Strike Industries brace is cool as shit. It's one of the best looking braces on the market if you ask me. Now, it still has that brace wobbliness and you're never really gonna get that like secure feel on a brace. But in this configuration, if I had to live with it like this, I'm honestly not gonna be that mad because it looks good. I thought I was gonna hate it, but it looks good. I mean, you just come here, drop it down, make it compact, and then just rip it open, get on the gun. There you go. Now, this is 300 blackout, so this gun does recoil and hit a little bit harder than the 223-556, and it is noticeable. One of the things I loved about that 223-556 15P is that the gun just sat. So you can make the argument 100 to, let's just say 50 yards in, right? And I don't think people truly understand what 50 yards is. Let me give you. So right now, just right here, we're at about 20 yards. That's 20 yards. So you're talking about shooting somebody at this is 20 yards. Now let's walk it. So we come here, hopefully Peter doesn't fall. This is about 30 something yards. Let's go on back. This is roughly 50 freaking yards right here. 50 yards, 50. So come here, let's get off the line so I don't hit the, but here, look, 50 yards. I don't like the way this thing shoots. It does have a little more thump, but something about it, just the shooting sensation, is just perfect out of this platform. I don't know, something about, I like it. I like it. But like I was saying, 50 yards from a defense standpoint, justifying anything past this point, ooh, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time. So let's bring it on into 25. So if we bring this into 25 yards, then you start understanding what I mean by the viability of this type of platform in a 223-556. And if you're not gonna suppress it because you wanna make it as compact as possible, and then on top of that, this is supposed to be a video about the 300 blackout version, but I keep talking about the 223-556. And then I started the video by saying this was one I've been waiting for. It's just, I have problems. So, but nonetheless, what I'm getting at is this. I think, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I think they both work for the intended purpose. If you're talking about anything past 50 yards, then you can start questioning it. I think within this distance, 50 yards and in, especially like in the 25 range, if you have a truck gun, like say you're in your car and you're downtown or something like that, and you're being chased by a car full of goons. And I know it sounds unpractical, but this actually happened to me. But that's a whole nother story. And you're being followed by a bunch of goons, and so you're trying to get away, and then you find yourself boxed in and you're cornered. And you have your truck gun with you, little trusty dusty, right? I mean, think about the distances you're gonna have to deal with that, right? It's gonna be 50 yards and in. Because even then in a situation like that, unless, yeah, you can make the argument if they're shooting at you with rifles, then yeah, that's a different story. But if we're talking about that kind of carjack distance, it's right here. It's like, it's here. It's get off of me. Leave me alone. I don't want to give you my car. You know, stuff like that. I'm making light of the situation, but I'm being dead fucking serious because like I said, I've experienced it. And I wanted nothing more than have something like this at my disposal for my self-defense, from a self-defense standpoint. Now, luckily I was able to get away, but I think this and 300 blackout, awesome home defense gun. You suppress it if you want to. You don't even have to really suppress it. You can take this bad boy, leave it the way it is, have it just like this. You don't have to do none of the tax stamp stuff, none of that, because it's considered a pistol. And then you got an awesome home defense setup, and you can see I can easily manage the recoil on this gun. It's not that hard. It doesn't kick that hard. But then you also have the better terminal ballistics of 300 blackout and supers. Like, you can't beat that. Now, let's see what these things do with subs. All right, now we got some subsonics in this bad boy. Now, most people would say shooting subs out of a gun, out of a 300 blackout without it being suppressed is useless, it's stupid. Because the subsonic 300 blackout round was designed to be suppressed. Largely because it's so quiet. But yes, the 300 blackout subsonic is kind of a glorified 45. That's kind of what you're doing, but not really. You're dealing with a bigger bullet, better terminal ballistics, and you can punch through stuff with this that you wouldn't otherwise be able to from a barrier standpoint. So let's just actually see if this runs, because some guns cannot run subs unsuppressed. Let's see if this does. For the sake of FN, I hope it does. I just realized something. Woo! Okay, all right. So here's the thing. All that shit I was talking about, 556, 223 version, I like that platform of 15P largely because it's an easier gun to shoot. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this, and this is why I think this setup could possibly, I'm gonna do a whole video about this, just trust me, just work with me. But I can argue the fact that this makes a better truck gun unsuppressed with subsonics than a 223 556 unsuppressed in that platform, and here's why. With the 223 556, it's a high pressure round. The last thing you wanna do is shoot something like that in a closed off space. It's going to suck. I mean, shooting any gun in a closed off space is gonna suck, but that's gonna suck immensely. I'm talking eardrums blown out, all types of crazy shit. However, the subsonic 300 Blackout is not as pressurized. And the fact that it can run in this gun the way it can, I'm gonna make the argument 50 yards in, maybe 25 for the sub. But think about it like this. Watch how I sit on this target at 25 yards. I cannot do what I'm about to do with the supers. I can, but it's a lot harder for me to do it. Watch. This is the bullet you're throwing. This is the bullet. Sitting on that target just like that. I'll show you again. All you people who are not paying attention, watch. I can't do that with the supers. I can, but I gotta get all fundamentally and get on it. It's like, all right, ready? Am I focused? All right, woosah. All right, get on it. And I could probably do it. But with this, the fact that the subs run and but the recoil is so much lighter because it's not as pressurized as the supersonics, I would make the argument that this is probably one of the best unsuppressed 300 Blackout pistols on the market. I like saying shit like that because it makes everybody go, oh, you shill. That's just saying that because FN gave you the gun. No, it's just the truth. Now, I'm being a little hyperbolic from the standpoint of saying that this is the best 300 Blackouts, pistol on the market. But like I said before, not very many can handle running subs unsuppressed the way this does. And I'm telling you, it's not granted, if I turn this over, if I took the pressure over and change the gas and get over here, nothing, right? Same thing with the supers. Most guns like that. But the fact that I could just switch this back over, get on this bad boy, how many rounds left? Come on! This is, I honestly think, if you ask me, right? FN thinks they slick. I don't think FN had any intention whatsoever for anybody suppressing this gun. I think they purposely sought out to create a platform that was a 300 Blackout where you can run supers, you can run subs, unsuppressed, no questions asked, don't even need to suppress it. And then on top of that, you don't even need an SBR. You got this awesome stock that comes with it. I think they meant for it to be literally just like this. But here's the thing, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because Peter knows, I know, the world knows, you all know, I'm going to pimp this thing out. I'm going to suppress it. I'm going to change this grip that I cannot stand. I can't stand it. I hate these stupid A2 grips. Why do they make them? Throw them in the abyss of the fiery inferno of hell. They suck. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of badass. I mean, this whole thing looks kind of badass, but this is getting changed. I'm gonna put a real stock on his. I might not even put the little stupid PDW stock. I might put the stupid Ugg boot stock on this bad boy because I think this proportionally looks great with that. And then it just put a bunch of whiz bang gadgets on it and shit. This thing is sick, sick. I love this thing. Oh man, the video I do from that, I'm gonna do some obnoxious shit. I'm gonna like hop out of a fucking G-Wagon or something like that, and I'm just gonna be like, type shit. Make it look like a music video. No, but in all honesty, I've been waiting for this for a while. I've entertained, so right now, my bedside gun is my bedside rifle is my 6-hour Virtus Rattler. I love that thing. I've done a whole ode to that gun in another video. However, it's front heavy as shit, it's heavy as shit, and it's a little big. I think this might make the better case for a home defense setup. SBR it, suppress it, change the grips out. I think this, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on that once I get it done, and I'll do the follow-up. And then I'll do a video comparing the two and figuring out which one I like best. I think the 6-hour Rattler Virtus might be relegated to something else, but for those of you who are on the market for a 300 Blackout pistol, if you really want to be honest, this is kind of like a sophisticated Draco. Because the Draco shoots 7.62x39. This shoots 300 Blackout. 300 Blackout ain't nothing more than a bougie 7.62x39. That's really what it is. It's a bougie, more sophisticated, refined version of that, right? The coefficient is better than the 7.62x39, but then it still has the penetration ability to the same degree as the 7.62x39. It suppresses better than the 7.62x39. But to me, that's kind of what this is. It's kind of the bougie Draco. I might make that the title of this video. And Peter's like, come on, dude, like, you're still talking. And I'm like, yes, because I'm excited about what I'm gonna do to this thing. But no, here it goes. For Peter's sake, I'm gonna end the video now. Jesus Christ, like, such a crybaby. But here, the FN 15P and 300 Blackout. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that was weird, but I don't care.
That was so awkward.
One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.